So we expect a lot out of our wrists. We use them every day for all sorts of things, especially if you have a yoga practice or you go to the gym on a regular basis, you're always using your wrists and they're very small. There's not a lot of muscle, the bones are small, and we put a lot of pressure on them. So it's very important to take care of our wrists. I'm going to show you a few things really quick on how to get your wrists prepared before a workout, before a yoga class, before doing a practice where you're going to be using your wrists a lot. Also helps to build strength over time. I know when I first started doing yoga, I had to take about 2-3 weeks off of yoga in order for my wrists to recover because they were so tender. So these exercises can really help you out. So to start out, you can be on your knees, you can be in a seat, you can actually be standing. You can do this against a wall or a table. I'd recommend a soft surface if you're doing that. But to start out, we're gonna bring our arms out wide. And we're gonna take our fists and make little fists and turn them in toward the forearms. Now, the fists are going to stay turned into the forearms for the whole duration of this. So on an inhale, we're going to flex our arms. And on an exhale, we're going to release it. And we're just gonna do this movement, inhaling when we flex the arms in and exhaling as the arms come out, keeping it nice and slow. And after 5 times, 10 times, depending on you, you will really start to feel this burn in the wrists, probably in the forearms. It's a really good workout to do, and it's a lot more challenging as time goes on, the longer you do it. Now, on the exhales, when the arms go out, find full flexion in the arms before inhaling and bringing it back in. I like to do this roughly 20 to 30 times before a practice where I know I'm going to be using my wrists quite a bit. You can do less or you can do more, really depending on how hard you're wanting to hit it. And on where your wrists are starting out. Like you may have been working out for quite a while, jogging or lifting weights, but if you've not been doing stuff specifically with your wrists and you started a yoga practice recently, you're going to find some tenderness. So be gentle with giving yourself rest when it's needed, and always doing preparation work before being on your wrists for a lot of time. So with an exhale, you can go ahead and release it. And then roll your wrists around a few times. I like to not, you'll see a lot of times people kind of do this if their hands get tired. There's a lot of little bones in the wrist, and that can really jack things up quite a bit. So it's rough movement. I like to kind of keep gentler, more deliberate movement rather than gross movement where you don't even know necessarily what you're doing, what's being shaken around in there. So that's why I prefer to kind of roll the wrists around and do gentle movement rather than shaking. So the next one we're going to do, you can use blocks. You can have your hands right on the floor. I'm going to use blocks since I have them here. And that also brings the floor a little closer to you. But again, with these ones, you can do these on a wall or on a table. So to start out, we're going to bring the palms of the hands onto the surface underneath you. The fingers are going to be facing the knees. And this looks and feels awkward, especially if you've not done it before. It kind of feels like maybe you're going to snap your wrists in two or something, but you won't, as long as you don't apply like too much pressure. You want to be very gentle with this. So don't put all of the weight of your body down on the wrist, just a little bit of pressure. And then take the torso and make some tiny little circles like this, going in one direction, always great opportunity to sync the breath up to the movement, to practice mindful movement by involving the breath. And after a few times of going in one direction, switching it up, moving in the opposite direction. Doing this for as long as feels right for you. There's no written rule on how long you do this. Just listen to your body, listen to what you're needing, and then gently release it. Again, I like to roll my wrists around after each one of these, just doing kind of like a counter stretch for them, moving in one direction, then the other, and releasing that. And the next thing is going to be the same exact thing, except the tops of your hands are going to be on the surface. So you're going to bring the tops of the hands here, fingers pointed toward the knees. And again, be very careful, especially with this, how much pressure you apply. Don't really put the weight of your body onto your wrists here. Just a very gentle pressure. And we're going to be doing the same thing, going in one direction, then in the other direction. And the circles can be as small or as large as what you're needing to get the sensation, to get the stretch that you're going for. And then switching directions, going in the other way. Isn't this fun? It's not a lot of fun necessarily, but it's really beneficial before a practice. So, and then releasing that out again, rolling the hands around a few times. And then the last one I'm going to show you is pretend you got like water or something on your fingers. You're trying to get it off. You're going to leave the wrists fairly static, not really moving a lot. But you just take the fingers and you flick them like this. And you're going to really feel this after about 20 to 30 seconds. The sensation is going to get pretty intense. So again, a pretty simple movement. You can do this at home, at the office, while you're watching TV. You don't have to be on your mat to be doing these exercises and building your wrist strength up. So wherever works for you when you think of it, just do a few little of these and it's going to really make a big difference. I had neuropathy in my hands for a while, and yoga helped a lot with that. Just being on my wrist and using them. But these exercises were a huge thing that really helped with my neuropathy. So my wrists and my hands and forearms are getting very tired, so I am going to stop doing that. So that is our little wrist workout for the day. So use this before a practice, use it after a practice, or again, anytime you think of it during the day, especially if you're starting out and you're new to yoga, you're new to being on your wrists a lot, you're gonna have sensitivity. So doing what you can to take care of that while also being kind to your body. So if you've got some severe pain, lay off of those down dogs, lay off of the planks and the tabletops. Just don't use your wrists for a while and let that strength build up. You'll notice a big difference. Thanks for watching. If you are interested in checking out some of my full-length class videos, those can be found on my Patreon page. Subscribe for $5 a month and you'll get to see these exercises as well as full classes. So thanks for watching. So I love being able to drink one of my meals during the day. The problem is I've gone through so many different protein shakes, meal shakes, and they kind of make my mouth taste like the bottom of a bird cage, if you know what I mean. Like, they're just gross. That's where I found the soy protein shake. It absolutely tastes delicious. It's packed full of the nutrients that your body needs to get you through your day, to give you energy, mental clarity. It's absolutely fantastic. If you want to check out one of these delicious shakes, then be sure to check out my link, order it today, and I guarantee this will be a staple in your diet.